Hales Abbey was founded in 1246. It's a place of royal burials and it's a place of pilgrimage.
Hales Abbey has an incredibly rich collection of archaeological material. The collection is really important as it helps us to understand what the site would have looked like in its heyday, and also to understand a little bit about the lives of the monks and the community that lived here.
This really is one of the highlights at the museum at Hales. It says so much about the Abbey. What we have is a sculpted stone boss which would have originally been in the ceiling, the vaulted ceiling of the chapter house. And it depicts Samson rending the jaws of the lion. And it's an allegory for Christ breaking the jaws of hell. It's a remarkable piece of sculpture. You can see his furrowed brow, the ridges of his eyebrows, his flaring nostrils.
So this little object here is, for me, one of the most interesting objects for understanding the lives of the monks at Hales Abbey. It's a very unusual object, a piece of some medieval spectacles. They would have been joined by a rivet at the top and worn on the bridge of the nose. They are exceptionally interesting because these date to the late 14th century, and around about the time that we have the first depiction of someone wearing spectacles. They were discovered in the rubble above the choir stalls in the church area. So we can speculate, and it's quite fun to imagine a monk sitting there reading his prayers and these spectacles slipping from his nose and falling beneath the floorboards to be discovered many hundreds of years later.
Here we have a copper alloy seal, the seal of the confraternity of the Abbey of St Mary of Hales. In 1270, Edmund presented Hales Abbey with what was purported to be a relic of the blood shed by Christ on the cross, the holy blood of Hales. And when you were admitted into the confraternity, you were issued with a charter, a kind of certificate, which was sealed with this matrix here. It would have been impressed on a piece of wax, which would then have been attached to a charter showing that you were a member of this confraternity. And through membership of that confraternity, you would gain the kingdom of heaven all the much quicker.